And the fifth edition of the Winter Whip Snowboard and Ski Festival saw riders take on a park with more features than ever before. Luke Dutton and Mawa Jacquart took top honours in the pro men's and ladies divisions respectively at the Afri-Ski Mountain Resort in Lesotho this past weekend. The competition, organised by Locally Whip magazine, saw a host of local and international snowboarders and skiers participate in the slopestyle competition. The magazine editor, Ryan van der Spey, joins us now to chat to us a little bit more. Morning and welcome to the agenda.
Good morning, thanks for having me.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about this competition now in its fifth year. How did it differ from the previous editions?
The previous editions were more of an SA Champs vibe, and after 10 years of running that, they pulled the plug on it. So we stepped in and just brought something new to snow sports, more of a jam style format, and there to grow the sport. So it's just more fun for the riders, more fun for the spectators. It's more spectator friendly, and the riders love it. I mean, going into the fifth year now, it's grown from strength to strength. So, yeah.
And has it done what it set out to do, and that's increased participation in snow sports?
Yes, it has. I mean, every year our focus is to put in like a really good event, and as well as bring up the juniors. This year we had some local juniors from Lesotho riding, which is great. As well as the ladies riders are progressing a lot. There's more riders going from amateur ranks up into the pro divisions. So what we have set out to do is working. I mean, we'll carry on with this event and as it's pushing snow sports as it is.
Those two youngsters that you're speaking about, 10-year-old Tabang Mabari finished in 4th place in the junior division, and 9-year-old Sokolo Ramanotsi claimed 2nd place. So you're seeing these youngsters starting to get involved, but is it really a viable sport for youngsters to actually look at? Because many would say, you come from Africa, you really want to get involved in snow sports.
I think for them, because they are local guys from Lesotho, this was their first year in the event and they both performed really well. So I think for them being based in Lesotho, it's something for them to do and progress in. I mean, you never know where it's going to take you. It is a stepping stone to get into different or bigger platforms in the sport. Yes, snow sports in South Africa or Southern Africa is obviously a tiny compared to anywhere else in the world. Our season only lasts 2 months, and with Afri-Ski being one of the only resorts where people can do it, it is hard for them to move on to bigger things, but that's why we're there to grow it, to have something there for snow sports. And to give them opportunity to get into a sport like this.
We mentioned that the park was something different. It was a little bit more technical. There were a couple of features that were added for the very first time. What was the reception from the riders like?
I think it was good. It gives the riders a good chance to try different things and progress through the runs. Like I said, we run it as a jam format, so the riders get an hour and a half to go up and down the park and put as many runs as possible while getting judged. And then they can use different sections of the park while they're going through it. The guys that built the park put in an amazing job. There was more features for the guys to try. They could go with first runs and be comfortable with what they normally do, and then move on to different features and obviously try progressive riding, which is what we aim on doing anyway. What
were the weather conditions like? Because I see that it threatened to actually throw the competition.
It was actually crazy. I mean, the weather up at Afri-Ski, you never know what's going to happen. We woke up in the morning, it was actually raining, which doesn't normally happen this time of the season. As the comp started, the rain stopped, which was great. We had a bit of snow during the comp, we had a bit of hail, bit of wind, but it managed to hold off and we put together an awesome comp. I mean, the riders had a good time, the park stayed together well, and it actually started raining on the night after the comp, so it worked out great.
You mentioned that this competition stepped in where the South African Championships left off because that plug was pulled there. What is the hope for this Winter Whip competition? Is it to become a national championship once again?
I don't think so. I think the national champion kind of put a bit too much pressure on the guys. I mean, they were there and forced to ride in certain things and get a national number, which doesn't really count to anything in terms of international riding. What we found is doing the jam formats and making it more of a fun event actually pulled more people into it, and I think carry on like that is just a better format. Guys are ranked, and the guys who win are the champions for this event, and it's the only event that runs in Southern Africa. So to keep with this style as a jam format, I think will grow the sport more than what a SA Champs would.
I'm sure that what else would grow the sport is having more events like this. Is that a possibility?
It's hard with such a small season. I mean, we would love to. It's more up to Afri-Ski and see what they can give us in terms of time. I mean, it takes time for the guys to build the park, get it ready. We actually hold events in the peak part of the season. So, I mean, if we did it earlier or later, there's chances of not being enough snow to actually build the park. So where we're sitting now is the ultimate time to do it. We are looking at doing more things in terms of promoting the event more, maybe holding some ski clinics leading up to the event, just to get guys ready and prepared for the event and get more people into it.
And how many riders did you actually have taking part in the
We had
different
just
divisions?
over 40 entrants this year.
South Africa had only one Winter Olympian going to the Winter Olympics in
Yeah.
Pyeongchang, in Connor Wilson. I mean, just considering your understanding of snow sports in South Africa, I mean, do you see that in the next 4 years growing at all, and South Africa participating a little bit more in an international
Well, Connor
level?
was more on the slalom side of things, so it's completely different to what we do. Our event's a freestyle event, it's called slopestyle. So you never know. I mean, Mawa Jekat, who won, the ladies winner, she's actually performed overseas quite a few times and with great results. So the stepping stone is there. You know, where we are, we can build the sport, and then athletes do need to get themselves overseas, obviously, to train on the bigger parks they have over there and get more experience in it before moving on to something like Olympics or national, international events.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much. That's Ryan van der Spey. He is the editor of the LW Mag, which puts together the Winter Whip competition. It took place this past weekend at the Afri-Ski Mountain Resort in Lesotho. Thank you so much for coming onto the agenda and chatting to us.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, it's time now for us to take a quick break. The agenda will continue here on the SABC News channel after this.